You can now run a massive AI on your phone. Today we are going to look at the 27 billion parameter bonsai model that fits right into your own pocket. And using it, I'm going to be building my own CodeForge project, which is an application that can run on consumer hardware, showcasing the ultra-low memory footprint of this new model. Hello everyone and welcome back to Build with AI series, where I cover local and free AI tools to build practical AI projects. So first let's see how Bonsai team have been able to fit this huge model in mobile. Usually such high-size model like 27 billion parameters require a huge memory in our devices, but this model is specially quantized to a 1-bit format, while the usual models go for the 16-bit quantizations. This makes the deep reasoning capabilities of the entire model running directly on the transformer weights, marking the first time these huge models are able to run on mobile phones. The weight files are compressed to about 14 times smaller, proving that the massive neural layers of the model can shrink drastically without destroying the capabilities. This allows the developer environments to run complex logics on this model locally. And even with this extreme size reduction, about 90% of the intelligence is retained, and we are avoiding the massive computational overhead usually required for execution of such models. The processing and generation speeds are also highly practical. It is able to generate 11 tokens per second on an iPhone, which offers real-time interactive generation directly inside the standard mobile interfaces. And the actual deployment footprint is just about 4 GB big, which is a massive downside from the 54 GB original size. This compact footprint easily slides with the per memory restrictions that we generally have on mobile phones, so we can run this model alongside the native applications perfectly. The system protects the complex reasoning, agentic, and thinking behavior of the model. Where conventional low-bit quantizations usually collapse at this level, Bonsai manages to keep its structural pipeline perfectly functional. And these intelligence gains are backed by the benchmark numbers, where it is able to achieve 76 average across multiple thinking mode tests. This solid score proves that it can match the 89% of the baseline model, establishing a brand new quality standard for the compressed edge models. Looking closely at the individual scores also shows that it is able to achieve 91% score on the mathematical problems and 82% score on the coding tasks. This ensures that it handles the technical programming help with extreme precision of mathematics. This compressed architecture is able to achieve this kind of performance using end-to-end binary language weights. This spans the embedding layer, the attention projections, and the LM head, and the secondary multimodal capabilities to understand or generate images are also intact, where it separates the vision capabilities in a separate block in a 4-bit format, which keeps the base engine incredibly lean for standard operations. And it powers the high context window capability as well, as it can support 262,000 token context window. This massive memory is running directly on your phone. The structural core of this model is backed from Q1 3.627B, where the architecture uses 75% of the linear processing, and this unique design choice limits the massive computation that is required during the model execution. And the internal memory footprint is also quantized to 4-bit KV quantization, which means your active user conversation history will never overwhelm the device hardware. And the biggest update that they have done is that they have incorporated a DSpark speculative decoding drafter layer, which means there will be a small drafter model that will predict the tokens for the future, and then the main model will only use the predicted tokens from the drafter model. And this kind of parallel processing increases the token generation speeds incredibly. And they have also mentioned that they are able to achieve 1.4x acceleration using this method. And developers have also been given a quality-oriented ternary bonsai, with the companion target utilizes a 1.71 bits per weight setup. So instead of 4 GB footprint of the 1-bit quantization, it uses around 7.2 GB of memory and actually retains the 95% intelligence of the main 16-bit quantization. Now for testing this model on my own local PC, I'm going to be downloading the highly compressed GGUF file, which packs the entire model in a single file, making it easier to download and run without dealing with the messy tensor files of the original model or installing complex Python dependencies of transformers and Hugging Face. So we can just go to the file menu and download any quantization that can fit in your own system. So you can go for the 2-bit, 4-bit or the 16-bit quantizations. Just check the model sizes here. So if it is 7 GB big, then you will need a similar GB of memory in your graphic card as well. But if you want to use it on a Mac laptop or an iPhone, you can follow these steps. So if you are on a Mac laptop, you need to install Xcode 16 Plus from the Mac Web Store. Then download the model weights for the MLX quantization, which is specially built for the Mac or iOS systems from the Hugging Face repository. And if you are on an iPhone, you need to ensure that the developer mode is on. Just go to Settings, Privacy and Security, Developer Mode, and toggle it on and restart your phone. Then you need to download the Swift runtime project using this simple command in your Mac laptop. Then you just need to open a demo project inside Xcode and move your downloaded Bonsai model inside your project resources. Then simply run this code to compile the model. Then you just need to connect the iPhone to your laptop, select your mobile phone for the run destination in Xcode, and then run inferences locally on your mobile. Right now, I'm going to be testing it on my own local PC by building a code parser application with Bonsai model as the backend. I'm going to be building the project in Google Antigravity. If you don't have it installed, just go to antigravity.google/download and download the installer according to your own platform. Then I'm going to be registering the GGF files using Ollama, so we can directly run them using some simple commands. So if you don't have Ollama installed, just go to ollama.com/download and download the installer according to your own platform. Then once we are in Google Antigravity, you can build a custom model in Ollama. Just paste your GGF file in the same local folder. Now to register this model in Ollama, I have made this custom model file. It will take the base model from the GGF file that I have downloaded, and I've added a system instruction that it is a highly efficient 2-bit language model optimized for on-device execution, and it has to act like an expert code reviewer and optimization assistant. So you can mention the role and the specific task that you want the AI agent to solve and keep it in the system instruction so it can remember it for the current use case. Now to register the model in Ollama using this custom model file, we just need to copy this command, open the terminal by expanding this willow pan and pasting it here. Now once it is registered, you can also verify by typing Ollama list in terminal, and you will see that the model is registered on top. Now for the main application logic, I have built this app.py file, which will build the dashboard with the title Bonsai Code Forge, local code optimizer with the page icon and the layout as white because we are building on desktop. And if the user is currently launching the dashboard for the first time, there will not be any chat history. So I'm going to initialize the history for the session state as empty list. Then the model name that we have registered, we have to keep that here. And there will be a heading of Bonsai Code Forge with a subtitle in the main web page. Then the user can paste any of their code files in the text area that is mentioned in dashboard. And they can do 3 different kind of tasks. So either they can optimize the performance of code, then analyze the code for audit security, or explain the code line by line. Then basis whatever user are selecting, there will be different prompts that will be built in the code. For example, if they have selected performance optimization, we'll build the prompt of the AI model like optimize the following code for time and space complexity, and provide the optimized code followed by the explanation of improvements. Then we'll give the Python code input that is given from the user. But if they have selected security audit, then we will ask the AI agent to perform the security agent on the following code, identify any security risk, vulnerability, or bad practices like SQL injection, resources leak, and provide the patch code instantly. Else if they are going for the code explanation, we will just ask the agent to analyze and explain the following code line by line and detail the logical flow, data structures, and the standard libraries used in the code. Then we will add a subheader for the analysis result according to the action that the user have asked, and we will check what is the token generation speeds, what is the time taken, and how many tokens are generated from the model. So first we will get the response using ollama.chat using the model name and the current user prompt as the prompt that we have defined above. And once we get the streamed responses from the model, which will give the responses in some text chunks, we are going to display them on the UI and also check the generation speed, the time that is taken to generate that chunk, and the approximate tokens that is generated. Then we'll also display the full response given from the model, the total time of execution, and the final token generation speed. And all these 3 will be displayed in the final dashboard, and there will be a final report generated as well with the action name that the user have selected, at what time the report was generated, what was the input code given by the user, and what was the analysis given from the model, and the different metrics that it has generated. Finally, there will be a download button as well, so user can download the final report for later use case of documentation. And in case of any error, just ensure that the Ollama model is registered perfectly. Then we are also going to display the full session history if the user clicks on the expander button of Save Analysis History. Now to launch the dashboard using Streamlit, we just need to run the streamlit run app.py command, so just paste it in the terminal and press enter. Now the dashboard is ready. You can also deploy it by clicking on the deploy button, so you can get your ready-made website directly. So it has the same heading and subtitle that we have defined in code, and user can paste any of their code here and can choose the different analysis options. For now, I'm going to be pasting the code for generating the Fibonacci sequence. Let's say if you want to understand how the code is working, which is generating the Fibonacci sequence and also using the memorization technique. Now for analysis, I'll just click on explain line by line. And now it has given me the line by line explanation of the whole code, and I can download the full review report as well. So once I open the downloaded report, I can see the same input code given, what is the analysis done by the model, and the final metrics for the generation speeds. So it is able to generate the full markdown report, and the model is running completely local, so you can use it in any of your use cases where you want complete data privacy without incurring any API costs. In the README file, I've also listed some different use cases and the future features that you can add on top of this project, like you can use it as a low memory IDE extension on your code editors, can directly do offline and secure code edits on your code repositories, host your developer assistants on resource constrained high-end edge devices, do on-the-go mobile development of different applications, or speed up your developer code auto-completion by incorporating the drafter model of the speculative decoding technique. Then we can also add some more features, like we can do multi-file refactoring using the same pipeline instead of manually pasting the codes in the UI. Then we can publish the VS Code and cursor integrations. So instead of using the cloud models, we can use the local Bonsai runtimes. Then we can use the MLX optimizations that are inherent in Apple Silicon laptops. Use a sub 2-bit or 1-bit KB cache optimization so we can achieve the full 200K context size within 8GB RAM devices, uploading images directly into the UI to check the design specifications, wireframes, or architectural diagrams of our applications. So that was a full breakdown of Bonsai 27B, an absolute incredible breakthrough that puts the server level AI right into your phone or PC. All the code files and the README file with step-by-step instruction on how you can set up this model on your mobile phones or laptop will be available in GitHub link in description and pinned comments, so you can get started with the model and project easily. Let me know in comments if you have some suggestions for me to build more local AI projects, and follow the channel for more such AI builds, updates, and workflows.